We have a fantastic episode for you today on the Real Producers Podcast, so welcome.
Welcome to Real Producers Birmingham, where we get to know some of our top real estate agents and share insight into their success. We also visit with our amazing vendor partners to learn all about what they have to offer. Please subscribe to this podcast, and thanks for tuning in. And now, let's chat about real estate.
All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We have such fantastic guests that I know you're going to really appreciate and love, because talk about expertise in this room. Oh my God. We've got Joseph Daley here, who Joseph is in one of our top 300 in Birmingham MLS, and he is just crushing it. And what I love about him is that he does it in such a nice way. He's a nice guy.
I really try. I really do.
I know you do. You make the extra effort, and so glad to have him here today. And he's actually on our next cover, and it is beautiful. I can't wait for you to see it. So, and we also have Adam Snabel, and Adam has been the expert lender in Birmingham for so many years. I don't know if anybody actually closes more than you, and he is very humble. He hates me mentioning that, but it is the truth. So, Adam, welcome.
Thank you.
I already made his face red.
Yeah.
So.
I love cameras.
I know. In fact, what's funny is Adam and I have a client right now that we're going to be closing on a new construction, and the new construction agent says that she doesn't call you by your name. She calls you by, hey, biggest lender in all of Alabama.
I didn't know this. I really don't.
It feels good.
I don't know
It feels
this.
good to know that's how you're looked at. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's correct, but I'll go with it.
Take what we can get, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, you can see, right? We've got trusted people here, and we've got Jacob Bell, who is such an amazing insurance expert, and most all of you will know who Jacob is. So welcome.
Thank you. I just was hoping I'd be called beautiful like Mr. Daley over there.
Well, I didn't catch that, so maybe I just didn't hear it.
The cover, what I said is
Maybe
Yeah.
it's the cover. Yeah,
Like a
the
beautiful
cover's
cover.
beautiful.
The cover's
It
I just
is.
happen to be on there. That's,
Oh, maybe it's the words that she was talking about that's on the cover.
maybe that's it. Yeah, words.
Oh,
Yeah.
Words. It's the words.
Do we have a picture?
We do
of the cover?
somewhere.
Well, yeah.
Somewhere, yeah.
He's got it, so everybody will be able to see it. I'll show it to y'all in just a minute. I know I sent it to you.
Yep, I've seen it.
So what we're doing with Real Producers Magazine is we're actually striving every month to get better and better with media content for top real estate agents, because as a top real estate agent, right, you just crave coaching, and you crave more knowledge, and you crave
Absolutely.
just better hacks, and any way that we can serve a client better. And that's what we're striving to really put that meat in there. But also, I mean, everybody got to look good, right?
Hey, you got to look good. If you're going to be on the cover, you got to look good.
That's right.
And everybody else has looked good so far, so I felt like I had to do the same thing. So
I know.
it
Well,
worked out.
with you are the newest cover with some of our changes, and so it just
So excited.
did my heart good. So I can't wait for everybody to see it. But we were talking about some really interesting things before the camera started rolling, and Adam, you and I were walking up the elevator, and not every day in real estate is great news. Now, I will say that we were talking earlier as well that in May, we normally sell more houses in Birmingham, or more houses get sold, and for a little bit higher price in May. But today didn't start off with particularly good news. So, Adam, you want to kind of share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean the tariffs have got the markets meaning the stock market, the bond market. It's got them in a bit of a tizzy, and so was it last Friday we had the lowest rates that we've seen in 4 or 5 months, and then the last couple of days have not been pleasant. I think China last night threw a reciprocal tariff while we were sleeping, and to wake up this morning to the bond yields going up, and that's going to make the mortgage rates go up. But the bottom line is it's just volatility. So rate market has been going down since October of 2023. Are we in 25 now? So it's a bumpy ride to the bottom, and so you get a contract, lock it. That's my advice.
Well, I mean, that's really good advice. So, Joseph, I know you probably have had the same questions I've had over and over. Like, when are we going to see rates going down? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to wait because I know rates are going to go down this year.
Yeah, and there's so many people who tend to think they know the answer, especially as agents. We see a lot of people who try to forecast
Right.
the industry, and I think it's better for us to really lean into people like Adam and the folks who do it all the time on that end, and let
Right.
them give us the advice and us lean into those things. So
Well,
it's hard for us to forecast things we don't know. We can forecast
Yeah.
pricing and all the things that are attached to what we do, but
we can. My standard answer has been I don't think they're going down at all
Yeah.
because there's just too much that has to be conquered. And y'all, every day is a new day when we wake up right
yes,
now. Right?
every day.
Every day, which keeps things interesting. So, how does that affect everything with insurance? You know, over the past couple of years, we've seen a lot of insurance increases. I think my house alone, either last year or the year before, went up like $3,500 a year.
Yeah. So I'm just glad that it's the interest rates people are talking about, not the insurance rates. So they sound a lot alike, but yeah, I mean, takes the pressure off of us for sure. So I appreciate that. Adam, make those rates go up, make us look
Well,
better.
let me ask you a question. A couple of things that we've seen, kind of on the same topic, is with condos. We're seeing different coverages required, such as what do they call it? Inflation guard coverage, that kind of stuff. That Fannie Mae is now requiring.
Yeah.
Are you guys seeing any of that stuff in terms of normal home policies?
We're seeing a lot of changes in homes. I mean, it is a big thing right now. I mean, it started with inflation. As cost of labor goes up and cost of materials go up, well, claims go up.
Yeah.
And as storms increase, claims are increasing. So the frequency is going up, but also the cost of those claims are going up, which is a double whammy for insurance. And so we're seeing people file more claims, and we're seeing those claims be bigger. Yeah. Well, you can't help but have rates go up. And so and that's impacting condos. A lot of what we see on condos, and you probably know this as much as anybody, but a lot of those are investment properties. Yeah. And so that poses a whole nother risk to it because it kind of becomes a commercial risk. Yeah. But we're definitely seeing a lot more attention to the condo policies, more so the association policies, which would cover the building, whereas the owner's policy covers more of the interior, the walls in, the flooring, cabinets and that kind of thing. But the association policies are becoming a big problem in the industry.
Oh, yes.
But because the buildings are older and it's expensive to put a roof on a big old condo complex. It's expensive when you have major repairs on the building, and that's being passed on to the owners. Well, now insurance companies are also a little more restrictive in that replacement cost being added to that policy. Yeah. So it's created some pressure points in the industry.
But the most important thing is being properly insured.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
I mean, it's not always the best rate.
It is very important,
Thank
and
you
it's
for saying that.
Yes, it is very important to be properly insured, and it's harder.
Yeah.
It's harder. Insurance companies have tightened down things a lot in underwriting, and so things that we used to would take as a risk may not be acceptable anymore. And it's not your agent being ugly; it's underwriters trying to create profitability. Hey, newsflash: everybody's out to make a profit, right? Insurance companies are included in that, right? And so sometimes you got to tighten down those underwriting. Joseph, don't you love underwriters?
We love underwriters.
Yeah. We do,
especially those mortgage ones. Yeah.
Underwriters are necessary. There's not mortgage companies, there's not insurance companies, and there's no houses to sell or buy. So they're necessary, but it does cause some grief sometimes when they're not giving you the answers you want, especially in this tightening market. Yeah.
So years ago, I'm from Mississippi, and the first 5 years.
That's okay.
Okay.
So the first
Me
5
too, by the
years
way.
oh really?
Yeah. I knew that's
always
why we
thought my
liked each other.
Mississippi-
I knew there was a reason we liked each other.
Y'all, I always find my awesome Mississippi people. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, I'm from Pascagoula, and for the first 5 years, I sent more business to the savings and loan than anybody, right? Savings and loan. And they can make their decisions. They didn't have all these underwriters. What they would do is get in a room together. And I always used to laugh going, it's a bunch of guys and they're all smoking cigars. And I used to say, I need to be in that room. But they'd say, that's Cecil's son. we should give them a loan. I mean, that's kind of how it was.
I think it was called
Real
loan.
hometown, right?
It was called loan committee.
Yeah.
The loans went to loan committee
That's
once a
what
week.
they did. And God, I wish we could go back to
You've got me picturing It's a Wonderful Life right now.
Okay, I was trying to recall what movie it was that I was thinking of, but it was that one.
Because the name of the business was Building and Loan, right?
I don't remember.
Anyway, sorry.
But yes, I remember that scene where they all sat in there and decided if they were going to give him the loan. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
That's so funny. So where are you from in Mississippi?
I'm actually from outside of Hattiesburg, a little town called Collins.
Yeah,
Do you know where that is?
Of course.
See, nobody knows where Collins is. You guys
don't know.
don't, right?
No.
Okay. See, look at that.
Yeah,
It's
well,
only because you're from Mississippi. That's why.
Well, I went to Southern Miss for
Okay.
my first year. of
Okay.
college,
Okay. Yeah. Right there in Hattiesburg.
Yeah,
How
it's
about
all
that?
right by there.
Yeah, we grew up, 30 minutes outside of Hattiesburg and, had the greatest upbringing. We moved here when I was in second grade. So we've been here for 20 years now.
Yeah.
What was that,
I
like
came in
about 5 years ago?
That's what it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be 30 in August.
Oh, okay.
So,
Was there a Hattiesburg before Brett Favre? Was he at the Hattiesburg?
actually, it's always been there. Yeah.
Okay, I
I
didn't
think
know
before him.
that.
Yeah.
So I was,
I think he just kind of put it on the map. And really, he's more like Oak Grove,
yeah.
Okay.
kind of
Yeah.
down that way.
Yeah. Kiln.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Kiln.
I don't even know what you're saying to me.
Kiln.
Oh, is that the place?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
where he's
okay.
from. So
Okay.
I was at Southern Miss when he was there.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's so funny, like going to parties and Brett Favre was in the room. Like,
It's like before he.
I
was a
mean-
thing.
You heard it here.
But,
G is friends with Brett Favre.
no, I'm not.
Yeah. Still connected, right?
No.
Sold him his first house.
He was. He was a superstar then too, of course, right? 'Cause
Sure,
he was
sure.
a football star there. So
He beat Alabama and Auburn in the same year.
I mean,
if you remember.
no, because you know how I am about football.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're going to be in the room with the guy's cigars, you got to know the football.
I know,
okay?
but seriously, during every game, I'm usually selling a house or.
Yeah, that's good.
It always happens that way.
I know. So we were talking about some very interesting things, and Joseph, you brought this up that you sold a house that was stigmatized, and
Yes.
we all want to hear everything about it, right? Like we want to know all the details, and you didn't even know it was stigmatized, right?
No, well, I asked,
You knew it was coming.
and the seller
course.
was not honest, which is really sad. So,
Well, and so with stigmatized properties, we don't have to disclose these things. Like it's
That's
not law. And I'll tell you, many years ago, I had somebody very close to me say, I need you to sell this house and don't mention a word about the rape that happened in there. So, you can imagine, like my
now that you know,
my conscience was like, oh no, I went through the whole thing. Like I knew everything, right? So I called my attorney and I'm like, can I do this? And he said, oh yeah, absolutely. You do not have to disclose anything crime wise or any situation that happened there, of course, unless they ask you a direct question.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it just doesn't feel right.
no, it doesn't.
It doesn't feel right. So I had
This is
to
different based on the state, right? So this is what you call buyer beware. Is that kind of the idea?
No, actually,
No?
that was in Mississippi,
Okay.
and we're disclosure state in
Really?
Mississippi. Yeah, so you don't. It's most states follow this guideline where you don't have to disclose these kind of things. With Joseph bringing it up, I thought it was just a great thing kind of for us to talk about and touch on because this does happen.
A lot.
And I don't know about you, but I would want to know.
I'd want to know. And I try to teach every buyer that I work with, if whatever you want to know,
Ask.
you need to ask me.
Yeah.
So if you're worried about ghosts, murders, deaths in a house, whatever it is, like you need to ask me now and during the process because I will never forget too. So we talked about that one first. That was a strange situation. And then I remember sitting at a housewarming party that I was throwing for another client. And the lady sitting beside me said, oh, did you get that house under contract? And I said, yeah, I brought the buyer. And she goes, it's a shame. They always start there. It's a shame.
It's a
And then you just
shame.
buckle up for whatever happens next. And I didn't know there was a murder in the house, and neither did the client. So we wondered why there was no carpet. I mean, like we didn't know.
Right.
And so we have to literally, I'm sitting at the park, I'm sick to my stomach. And I called my broker and I was like, what do I do? Do I have to disclose? And he goes, would you want to know? And I said, yeah, they're 2 weeks from closing. What, so I called him on the back porch. I'm like, hey, just want you to know. They bought the house.
Yeah.
Know.
Well, okay, so here's the funny thing about that because for a long period of time, I was your murder, rape, suicide,
Like
real estate.
specialist?
Yes, like I would be like,
So they
hey,
called you.
Murder, rape, or suicide ever happen in your house?
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I should have
Don't
had
put
those.
that on a business card.
Does that affect the insurability of the house?
I mean, I guess it should. I don't know.
That's where it kind of like
Sometimes it affects price though. Yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody knows.
Yeah.
Here's what I found.
Does not affect the
years.
mortgage.
No,
We're good. We're good.
The rate is staying the
the
same.
rate's the same. Yeah, that's good.
Is that you know, they're not, people aren't going to be discouraged from buying those houses. I mean, a lot of people want a good story. So
That's so interesting.
I'm telling
I
you,
wouldn't.
I don't want that story.
I don't want a good story. Yeah.
right? So like,
I want like they brought the baby home and had a great family life here. Like that's
Yeah.
the
Well, Joseph,
story I
that's a
want.
good story.
That's a great
That's a good story. That's not a good story. I don't
That's
know. A bad story. Some people like a bad story, is what you're saying.
yes,
Or
well,
like they
just
like some
want-
drama
Yes,
attached. They want the
just
drama.
an interesting story. So I
Yeah.
sold this house once, and if you've ever taken CE from me, you've probably heard me talk about this. But this was before like we really knew about meth much, you know.
Oh.
And
I still
so,
don't, by the way. Still
Yeah.
don't.
Well, you know,
But
we
she can
now,
teach you after class.
We
Okay,
now know that it's an environmental hazard. You know, if you are making it in there, like there are some issues.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So this house was a bricklayer's house, and it had this gorgeous, just brick fireplaces and walkways, and just beautiful. Well, he also decided to sell meth. So he added all this
Gotta find
extra
it somehow.
plumbing in the house, right? Like all this extra plumbing. And that's where he hid everything. And he ended up having a shootout with the sheriff's office. And bullet holes were still there when my client bought it.
Oh, my
and she was so excited about it. Like
Cool story.
she was like, hey, here's where the bullet went in.
Like,
and
where
then
do
they
you
told
live?
me this happened. And then
That
they told me
house.
this happened. And I'm like, are you sure you want to buy this house? Yeah, absolutely. So
Did
like,
you get a good deal?
you know, yeah, I mean, it was fine. It wasn't as good as I would have wanted.
They didn't get a good deal. There's bullet holes in it.
Yeah.
And the plumbing was still there.
That's insane.
Yeah. So, I mean, don't always discount or think that people,
Yeah.
you know,
That's true.
It's okay to tell, is what I'm saying. Let's tell. Let's make sure that people know what they're getting into, because it might make them more excited about it.
It might. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to get off script.
No, go ahead.
Have either of you ever sold a haunted house? And,
Yes.
And how did that go?
You have?
I had somebody bring up at a closing table that the house was safe because her deceased husband was protecting it, and every time she left, the floodlights would blink.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
that what
good.
they
She
do?
left the house, the floodlights would blink.
What?
Oh.
And the seller discloses this at the closing table.
I was thinking like motion sensor, but you mean like
Yeah,
every time she left,
blink.
he was like, see
this
you
is
later.
before motion sensors.
Oh.
So this is like blinking. And the buyers are looking
Around
at
my
each other like this, and I'm going, why now? Why now? Why now? Why now?
It doesn't
Could
feel
you
safe.
imagine?
Doesn't feel
They
safe.
closed.
Nobody's.
I guess you lived it.
No. Everybody was just kind of like looking around like this. It closed. But I don't know if I would
I
have.
wonder if the lights are still blinking.
I wonder.
Like if he's still there.
wonder if he's still like in the front yard
Yeah.
with a pitchfork or something.
Yeah.
But the house
I
was
imagine
safe.
most
It's
guys-
being
I don't know, like,
protected
it's like-
by
Yeah.
the deceased husband.
Don't come here.
Okay.
So
Who
I
knows?
have sold a haunted house,
Okay.
and my dad actually bought it.
Your dad, does he still live there?
It was our office.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was a historic.
She
place.
said was. So it must not have gone well. I don't know.
No, it was. Well, he sold it now, and it's something
Okay.
else. But you know, our experience was not bad. But everybody knew it was haunted, right? So it was one of my listings, and it was a historic house in Mississippi. And so all of these newspaper articles were talking about how it was haunted. And I spent a lot of time there because, I mean, I had a little newborn, right? And I was in there every day getting her picture taken. And she would tell me about it being haunted, and then she listed the place with me. Well, nobody wanted it, right? Because all of the history of the stuff. And I said, Dad, this would make a fantastic real estate office for us. Like, it's
Wow.
beautiful. It's got historic. It's right in the middle of town. And he was like, okay, baby, let's do it. So we bought it, and we had all kinds of experiences throughout, but it was nothing that ever scared us. Nothing.
What was like the craziest experience you had?
Any
well,
orbs or anything?
so
Like the orbs.
Let me tell you
taking
something. Something
pictures,
comes
you see the
floating through
orbs
the
in there,
office.
you know?
I'm out.
Yeah. Work from home day.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
Home
my
life.
stepmother, and my stepmom has kind of, you know, a sixth sense. She's had other things happen. She would see apparitions a lot. And then I had an assistant named Clay, and he
Apparitions, like little kids walking
Ghost.
through.
no like a
People?
woman.
Oh, okay.
A woman.
Just a whole woman.
Yeah.
That's it.
No.
It's just one.
Absolutely not.
It's just one.
But you can see through it.
I've been calling on a higher power. Let me tell you something. And a for sale sign in the front yard. Not a shot in the dark.
And at 2 a.m., almost every single night, the internal security system would go off. And police would come, nothing over there.
my
And I'm like,
gosh.
she is taunting you, Dad. So,
That lady was not happy, huh?
yeah, no. Well, I don't know.
What was the story? Do we know who the lady was?
She was actually my closing attorney's grandmother, who lived in the house. So I don't know if that's what it was. Like, because I don't
Daley,
really
she still
know.
lives there.
Yeah,
Apparently,
right. Yeah.
yeah. Still hanging out.
Lives as relative.
But I recently sold a house that had a demon in it.
Uh-uh.
Oh yeah. And that's a long story that will take us way.
Yeah,
Now, are you calling the person selling the house a demon, or what? Are you talking about a real demon? All
And I've
right.
had those thoughts too. I think we've all had those thoughts before working with a client.
Well, and kind of like what Adam said, it was disclosed like right before closing. Yeah, and my clients bought it anyway because she's like, she's very faithful, and she's like, no,
Not in my house.
yes,
Plead the blood.
Yeah, and so we actually, she took the steps to remove that, but
And it's good now, huh?
and then I sold it again. So
Wow.
yeah. So
I love that
insurance,
story.
Can you protect yourself insurance wise with those?
My goodness, I think I'm best to not answer that question.
What's the line item for that?
Yeah, let me get back to you. Can we do that on the next podcast? I got
Yes.
to research this one.
No,
So
absolutely. So it's been so much fun to have y'all chit chatting with us and just talking about these crazy things in real estate that happen. You just never know, like what Adam was talking about, like every day's a new day, right? With the market and what's going on in our world. Well, real estate is a new day every hour. We do not know what's going to happen.
Never the
and-
same day twice.
No, and I feel like there's so much more that you need to get to know about Joseph and about Adam and about Jacob. So reach out, right? Call and ask if they can have coffee or a one-on-one. Joseph doesn't have coffee.
We learned that earlier. But I love a Diet Coke. So anywhere that's got
Coke
that.
Zero?
That'll work. We can do that. We can
Okay.
handle that. We can handle that.
So get to know these trusted people. I mean, they're amazing. And, when you are running a high-level real estate business, you need people on your team that you can trust and
That's
that
right.
will actually take care of your clients more than anyone else that's in the market. And that's what these people do. So reach out, and thanks again for watching Real Producers.
Please subscribe to this podcast, and thanks for tuning in